People forget sometimes just how little football this guy has actually played on the pro level, but you can't really hide the fact that this was a bad night. 1 of 6, 0 yards, all in the first quarter, and the only completion he had was thrown 4.8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, according to NFL Next Gen Stats.
Let's bring Adam Schefter back in on this. And it was not pretty for Jimmy G, but it was only 3 series. You heard everybody there talking about how they would like to have played him more. What are the Niners, Shefty, saying about the tough performance from Garoppolo?
Well, Laura, he's had an uneven summer. At times, he's looked really strong during training camp. And then there was a day where he had 5 picks in one day that got people talking. And I think when you hear that much talk and chatter, maybe that impacts your confidence level. But as Kyle Shanahan pointed out, he hasn't practiced much. He hasn't played a lot. He's still getting used to that offense. He's still getting used to coming back from the torn ACL. This was his first game back. So this is all very new, and I don't think anybody there is alarmed in any kind of way right now. I think they do want him to make better decisions. They do want him to be more consistent. They do want him to make fewer mistakes, but they're hopeful that that comes over time, and they're not concerned right now.
Yeah, still plenty of time left. Thanks so much, Adam Schefter. And Greeny, to your point, could have had to do with the Broncos' good defense, too.
Yeah, that's one of the factors in this. And the other is literally kicking off the rust. And you were telling me, Joey, you had ACL injuries during your career. When you come back, the completions are secondary to your thinking when you're back on the field.
Yeah, I'd imagine that Garoppolo can't remember the throws. He'll have to watch film to actually see the throws. I had both ACLs redone. And you play basketball all summer long. You work out, you run. There's nothing that you can equate to being tackled in a football game. And so you can be rehabbed and feel 100%. You don't know until you get tackled, until you get hit on your knee, until you fall down, and you have to stand back up and say, it feels fine, and now you're ready to go. So now you're talking about a quarterback that hadn't played a lot of football in his first game off of ACL going against a Denver Bronco pass rush.
Yeah.
Passes don't matter. The fact that he's standing today healthy is what matters to the 49ers.
What do you think, Mike?
I agree with that. From a front office perspective, when you have a major player like this coming off of an injury, you don't exhale until they get hit, like Joey said, and get back up. And look, recent history has taught us in football. Carson Wentz coming off of an MVP league, he struggled. Tom Brady has struggled. Phillip Rivers. There's been a number of guys that have struggled coming off of an ACL injury. It takes time. It takes time to get rhythm. So I agree with Joey. The fact that he's staying today, that's encouraging. But candidly, I agree with what Adam Schefter said. He did not look like he was in rhythm. He didn't look comfortable.
Those numbers that we just put on the screen were sort of to illustrate the point that you made that historically quarterbacks, even great ones, even the great Tom Brady, the first year they come back from ACL injuries, they aren't themselves. Brady's numbers that you saw on the screen there would be good for most people, but it was not a Brady-like season. The following year, he was back to being an MVP of the league. So it would be within the realm of expectation for Jimmy G to come back slowly. Again, he's coming back. The guy has still not played 16 games in the National Football League.
And that's why I think Kyle Shanahan, who does a great job managing offenses, I think the 49er offense early in the season may look a little bit different than it does later in the season. Maybe it's a little bit more boot, get him out of the pocket, rely on the running game so he can get his legs back under him.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.